Own that power, own that part of you. Don't hide anymore. And I feel like you're not. You're learning how to stand out. You're learning how you standing out is not a bad thing anymore, where society made you feel that way. Standing in your truth, it's one of the most courageous and powerful things that you can do in this world. Is when others try to dim your light, you shine even brighter. I've talked about this so much. You turn up the heat, you turn up the light, you shine even brighter. You're like, no, I'm making you uncomfortable. I'm sorry that I'm making you uncomfortable, but I'm not going to dim myself. I'm not going to make myself small because it makes you uncomfortable. I'm going to keep doing my purpose. I'm going to keep doing what I came here to do. And I deserve happiness just as much as you do, just as much as the next person. And because I've done the work and I'm willing to do the work on it, I definitely deserve it. You're seeing this now. You're seeing that you deserve it, because those of you who would go to the depths of your shadow, the depths of your soul to heal, you had the bravery to do that. Think about how powerful that is in a world where it's just numb your feelings, numb your emotions, numb the pain and the trauma that you've been through, because it's too hard to face. You'll never get through it. You're not strong enough to endure it. You showed them wrong. You proved them wrong big time. You showed them that it's not impossible, that yes, it's painful, but it can be done. And once you come out of it, you retrieve something. You retrieve those soul fragments of self that were scattered because of all the pain that you've been through in this life. You retrieve them. You picked those pieces up by yourself, one by one. And that is why you're having blessings starting to pour out onto you and will continue to. That is why you have made a name for yourself in this world. And in the spiritual realm, they're cheering you the F on. They're looking down and saying, they're right there with you, actually. They're correcting me, not down. You're not down here. They're like, we're with you because you have risen. You've raised your vibration so much. And you may hear things more. Like some of you guys, your dreams are very significant right now. You're hearing voices, you're hearing things because you're so tapped in. The veil is so thin now because of all the work that you've done. I've talked about this too. The way that I tapped into my psychic gifts was I started healing my trauma. This didn't happen until after that. I always knew I had some sort of intuition, something going on. But when I really faced my pain, when I really faced the trauma, the abuse that I've been through in childhood, the things that people have done to me throughout my youth, my childhood, and as an adult, the pain that I've experienced, when I started healing that and forgiving myself for it, forgiving myself for putting myself in bad situations, that maybe if I hadn't done that, I wouldn't have been hurt. Maybe if I wouldn't have been in that situation, I wouldn't have been abused. I had to forgive myself for that. I had to look at myself in the mirror and tell myself, I forgive you. And you made mistakes, and that's okay. But you didn't deserve what happened to you. You didn't deserve the bad, regardless. And once I started forgiving myself for that, it became easier to forgive others as well. And that's when my gifts started coming through. That's when I could hear clearly. I could tap into the spiritual realm and I could feel that they were there guiding me this whole time. Go to the next part. I could feel that they were around me. I could feel that they always supported me and they were just waiting for me to connect. They were waiting for me to start looking at my pain, the emotions that I'd hidden for so long. And a lot of you guys, your stories are very similar, or you're going through this now where you're just starting to tap into this. You're understanding you've carried years and years of baggage that should have never been there, but you just packed it on and packed it on and packed it on. Some of you guys weight gain, weight loss, those things, because it was emotional weight that you were taking on and then losing. Starting to heal that, starting to get help, starting to do inner child work. When I hired a coach, it changed my life. She helped me work through so much. She helped me work, one second, stuff coming up on my screen. She helped me work through inner child stuff, the stuff that I'd been holding on forever. And then I started reading tarot. And I don't know how this reading turned into a story about my life, but I guess they just want me to show you guys that it's possible, no matter what you've been through. And when you go through a significant amount of abuse, and to the point where it's not just one abuse that you suffered, it's multiple abuses that you've suffered in a lifetime, and you still choose to love yourself through that and to come out of that and retrieve your soul fragments and to put yourself back together again and to become a success story out of that, you have no idea what that does for the collective, what it does for people around you, giving them hope. For the ones that have hid themselves away for years and years and didn't want to climb out of that hole, we're shamed. We're shamed for the abuse that they suffered, that they didn't do to themselves, that other people did to them. When you boldly step out and you speak about it, and that's why they're having me speak about it now. When you decide to say, this has happened to me, but this is what I turned it into. Think about the people you're impacting. Think about the people that you're giving hope to, that never had hope before, that gave up on themselves a long time ago. So any abuse that you continue to suffer, anyone that keeps trying to hurt you, just know who you are. Know that you've overcome much worse. You can get through this too. Don't worry about that. Send them love because they need it. These people need love more than anything. The ones that have hurt you, because if they felt love, they wouldn't hurt you. If they felt good about themselves, if they felt like they had hope, they would never try to attack you. They would never try to tear you down. So don't try to get even with them. Don't send them hate backwards. Even when you're triggered, don't send them hate. Project love back onto them. Because that light is going to penetrate. It's going to. Eventually it has to. If all you send them, if all these people keep sending you are fiery darts and all you keep sending back is love, they're going to see that no matter what they do to you, the end result is still love. You can try to put me down, tear me down as much as you want, but I'll still send you love. I will still wish you well. That's going to melt them. It has to. It's like throwing water on the fire each time they throw it at you. You're melting that version of them, that false self that they portray. That's why a lot of people are sorry for how they've treated you. A lot of people, you're going to feel this way. A lot of people are so ashamed that they don't even want to tell you. They don't want to even express their regret to you. Send them love for that too. Anything else, Spirit? Six of Wands reversed, yeah, because they also realized like it was never successful. Anything that they tried to get over on you, they were disappointed every time. They were let down. They realized they couldn't get to you that way because they didn't have pure intentions. Their intention to tear you down was never pure. It couldn't be. Eight of Cups reversed. These people, they're not walking away from self anymore. This is what happens when you continue to show love to these people. Eventually it gets through. Eventually they see no matter how much they try to tear down the mirror you, it just doesn't work. They have to face their own demons. Let's go to the next part. Okay, I think this is going to be the last part, guys. Okay, what else, Spirit, for these people? Ten of Swords reverse, Traitor. This is how people still had a hold on you. The people that betrayed you and really tried to destroy you in this lifetime, they wanted you to retaliate. They wanted that energy back because that means they were still getting energy from you, whether positive or negative. You know, misery loves company. They wanted you to be miserable. They wanted you to be so hurt the rest of your life that you never loved again, because that would mean that they won. That would mean they got what they wanted. It made them feel powerful to do that to you. I'm getting very narcissistic energy from those around you. A lot of you have been empaths that have dealt with narcissists who did everything they could to destroy you. And when it didn't work, this is why these people are melting right now, because they saw that it didn't work. They threw out every step. They did everything they could to put you in the ground. They're understanding what they didn't hate was you, it was themselves. You were a reflection of them that they did not want to see. They didn't want to do the healing work here with the Six of Swords. They wanted to keep, you know, pretending, keeping up the facade, pretending who they were. They wanted a lot of yes people around them, people that would cheer them on no matter what, people that would celebrate the false self of them. You didn't. You saw right through them. I think you even gave these people suggestions of how they could heal. You were just around them, you know, you saw them. It made them so uncomfortable, you being in their energy and seeing right through them, their false masks that they portrayed here. These people, a lot of people had obsessions with you. A lot of people made like bad deals behind your back. It's like soul contracts. What people do, sometimes you don't have to sign a contract to hurt someone or betray someone, but you do it energetically. You team up with other souls that are miserable as well, and you try to take someone down. This is the case for a lot of you. I'm talking to somebody who has probably had a whole group of people who have tried to destroy you. Multiple people throughout your life, that who you thought were friends, who you thought had your back, who you thought were there for you, and they did their damnedest to try to tear you down, put your name in the dirt, drag you through the mud. And you still rose up, and you still love, and you turned this into a success, a victory. They never expected this from you. They never expected this in a million years. They thought they'd won. They didn't. They did not win. And you're still sending people love. You're amazing. And I resonate with this reading a lot. So this reading is for you guys and for me. But as a collective, think about that power that you hold to rise up from any sort of betrayal. And you're still choosing love no matter what. Even when you didn't know how to choose love. Even when you thought you had to stay mad at these people. You had to resent these people for the rest of your life. It took you a long time to get out of that, but once you did, you saw the freedom, the joy, the expression of joy that you now are in this light. You cannot kill the light. That's what it's showing the world. You can't kill the light. The light will always be there. The light will always rise up. You can dim the light for a little bit, maybe knock it off its course, but every time you get back up, you get stronger and stronger. Think of like a strong pillar that can't be knocked over by anything that comes through. Any tornado that comes through, any like gust of wind, nothing. A tsunami cannot knock you over anymore. And this is what's scaring the crap out of people. And this is what is humbling others. They wanted to humble you. They are now humbled. All right, guys.